Namaste, Jai Bharat. It becomes very difficult to talk to some people who think they're always right, or some people who think they're right. So it's difficult to talk to people. But then, see, if it is possible, they don't come across, we don't come across such people every time. So we can avoid them, or cut short the talks and get away with it. So that we can do, and we normally do it. When we come across such people who think they are correct always, we will not talk about anything, and we will talk minimum, only matter of fact discussions. But if such people are somewhere, if you are compelled to have continuous discussions with such people, then you are in for trouble. You'll have to find out some strategies, ways out, because you are never going to convince him. He thinks he is right. Now, for example, suppose there is someone like a Pakistani Muslim. A Pakistani Muslim, they have this problem, not Muslims per se, who would say, whenever we discuss with such a person, he will bring in his version of religion. I'm again telling his version of Islam, and say so many things. There's no point in talking to him anymore. But then this man will keep insisting. And in my experience once, a Maulavi who happened to be a very good friend of me otherwise, he is convinced that I am a Muslim. Why? He says only Muslims can have these qualities. He thinks that I am good. He likes me. He liked me. And he just says, he brands that you are a Muslim. Only Muslims can have such heart. What to do with such people? Maulavi was innocent, harmless rather. He will only think that I am a Muslim like him. Let him be happy. I have no problem. Let him think whatever it is. But there is no way talking to him that no, I am a Hindu. There is no point. There is no way talking to him. There are such people. But this is a normal thing that we come across in our day-to-day routine existence. We come across several such characters, and depending on each case, we will know how to manipulate, how to manage them and get rid of them. Not that we don't like such people, we may like them, but then we can't endure a conversation, and we can't continue a conversation. Continuing is far-flung. Enduring is important, how to endure that conversation. So long as there is absolute compulsion, we will manage to endure, and that's it. But that doesn't mean that we don't like that person or we will dislike them, but only thing will stay away. Now, why I say all these things are, suppose a statesman is like that, especially someone like Rahul, the opposition leader, then everyone has to have this, everyone has to face that. He thinks he is correct. He thinks whatever he says is correct. No matter what he thinks, he doesn't care. Or he is insensitive to the repercussions of people's thought. On the one hand, he himself is blank, can't speak anything sensibly from my experience. Maybe that he is very good, he can speak a lot of things, but I haven't come across. At least I can say that I haven't come across any such statements, which makes sense. And in all likelihood, he has been tutored by someone else. And that someone else knows what he is doing, because he has definite objectives and desideratum, which becomes desiderata for their purpose. And such group of people or such sects of people are using him as an instrument. But he doesn't know, he is convinced that whatever he speaks is correct, may be perfect, may be absolute. What to do? If it was in personal life, we can manage, as I told you before. But he's in public sphere. He's in politics. He goes in front of mic and keeps talking with an aura with an attitude, says, and he has absolutely no idea what others take from him. People can use him so that people are using him, but what genuinely people think of him, he should have some idea. He has no idea. There's no one telling him that. It's a big shame. It's a big shame. Very big shame. On the other hand, look at our EAM, that is External Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar. Can you get one wrong word out of his mouth? Just try. Put all kinds of things, questions to him, and he doesn't offend anyone. He would talk matter of fact. What would be the impact or impression of people who listen to Dr. Jaishankar, and what would be the impression of the people who listen to Rahul? Just compare these two. Just compare these two. Dr. Jaishankar is an accidental external affairs minister. He had never been into politics, whereas Rahul is a professional prime minister. He had been aspiring to become the prime minister because he thought it's a continuation of heredity. From his side, he looks at that in that way. Democracy doesn't mean much. Nothing means much. He just says that his father was a prime minister. Father's mother was a prime minister. Mother's father was a prime minister. That's how he was prime minister. So he thinks that he can, and people use him. People within his party itself, they just use him for their ends. They can't aspire to become the prime ministership. They have to put someone of the Nehruvian era, Jawaharlal's descendants, put them in front, and then nobody will object. Their culture is that. That party's attitude, culture is that. Of course, the party itself is founded by a British man, Octavian Hume, to become subservient to the Britishers, to function as subservience to the Britishers. Real intentions behind, implied. So you put anyone from that lineage and people accept. And that had been the case right through. Not that even Jawaharlal himself was not really qualified, a perfect person to become prime minister. Sardar Patel was to be. And then Bapu always has done a lot of ghotala. It's Bapu who made him. And the Sardar Patel was a noble man. See, these characters whom you accuse in politics as not good politicians do not have one word in their dictionary, and that word is nobility. That word is nobility. Sardar Patel kept quiet. That is nobility. Narasimha Rao, after his death, was not treated well. No reaction. There must have been an element of nobility. And of course, Narasimha Rao himself had nobility in him. And when Sardar Patel expired, I heard that those who wanted to attend his funeral were to go by spending from their own pocket. That's what that time Jawaharlal told. Ignoble action. Very explicitly, very clearly, ignoble action. Ignoble thoughts. So these characters don't have this one word in the lexicon, nobility. But then there are people with nobility in all parties. They hardly come into limelight. But current situation is that very difficult to find out noble people in politics, especially in the opposition group. Think about the opposition alliance, where ignobility becomes a norm of their existence. These are all unfortunate situations. It's because it's only Rahul who goes around speaking ill of my nation. It hurts. It really hurts. Many times they are unrealistic. Many times they are cooked up stories. Many times they are misrepresentation of reality. But these things hurt. It hurts not only just one person. It hurts all noble Indians, all people who are Rashtrawadis, all people who love this nation, all people who know the history of this nation, and above all people who knows the knowledge tradition of this nation, and all people who knows the Sanskriti of this nation. It hurts all of these people. They may belong to different political parties. They may vote for different political parties. They may be functioning in different stations from the society, like Hegel would say. To each his station, from there he will discharge his duty to society. They may be functioning from different stations in the society, but all towards a common existence of through an epistemology of coexistence. But these things hurts us. Someone who understands the sentiments should check these people. I just picked up Rahul's name because he is at the top, making all these statements. Someone should put these things in their minds, that there are many people who are getting hurt. Anger may be coming subsequently, may not come subsequently. Many will choose to ignore these people, whatever may be the repercussions. The point remains that we get hurt by this drama, as we say in Hindi, nautanki, or such narratives for their petty ends. It's unfortunate. For time is unfortunate, and time for people to think and possibly react in the most noble way. React in the most noble way, not like the Bangladesh. I've seen a video clip. Someone is a mature man, must be around his 30s, with a long stick, goes around beating Hindu women. Beating Hindu women. Not only beating, snatching things from the hands. Mobile is there though. This thing you give, that thing they take. What's happening there? Of course, we know such society will only behave in that manner. And like the chief of Swamish tribe, Sale said, you will suffocate in your own waste. This is a letter he wrote to that time US President Franklin Pierce, I suppose. The chief of Swamish tribe, Sale is his name. He writes a letter and he ends that you will suffer from your own waste and you will suffocate from your own waste. These characters will suffocate from their own waste. Why waiting for that? Others, those who are at the receiving end, should react nobly at least. With some other thoughts will come again. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat and Jai Siya Ram.